One of the phenotypes that we've spent a lot of time looking at, because we see it as fundamentally important, is germination rates. There are different crops out there that we've looked at to try and get the crop established faster and more homogeneous across the field. So we've been looking at some large broadacre crops such as red beet, sugar beet, and some cereals. And what have you seen when we've been applying some of the Maxstim products to those seeds?
Well, in any crop, the most vulnerable stage is the seedling stage. If you get a stress hitting germinating crops or young seedlings, you can have a dramatic impact on the potential of that entire crop. So what we've seen in the laboratory and in field trials is that the application of our biostimulants really will accelerate the germination of seeds. It will accelerate the development of the seedlings, and what we're left with is a much stronger crop at that early stage, and that can be seen as a more developed root system. It can be seen as a larger amount of photosynthetic leaf area in the crop, and what that means is very quickly the crop is becoming established and stronger, and it can in certain cases mean that the crop will yield earlier and produce more produce.
Yeah, obviously when a seed decides to germinate, and it takes account of the environment it's in before it does that, it's totally dependent on the starch within the seed to set the process going. So the quicker we can establish true leaves and establish the photosynthesis process, the better off for the plant.
Yeah, and what we see certainly in our genetic studies that we have been carrying out, we're seeing that a lot of the genes that are involved in that early stage development are upregulated. So they're turned on earlier and to a greater degree than untreated plants. And that all leads to the observations we see in the field of better development and a faster growing crop.
Absolutely, and it's exciting to see. And I think it's fair to say we've noticed universally that we get the rate of germination tends to be higher too.
Yes, yeah.
And the cost of seed these days can be quite expensive.
Yeah.
And so to have ungerminated seeds is a real cost to some farmers.
And certainly if you've got a crop that has germinated and is producing seedlings, getting those seedlings to a higher development situation means they're less vulnerable to, for example, periods of drought.
Yeah.
That are becoming more and more apparent.
We've actually done some work on that with some seeds where we've grown them to a seedling state and then forced a drought stress on them.
Yes. And the key thing is that we have pre-treated with biostimulant. There's no point adding biostimulant when the drought has hit. The plant must be treated before that stress hits it.
Biostimulants tend not to be cures. They tend to be pre-treatments, so that the plant is ready for that stress. One of the things I noticed in earlier work, particularly in potatoes, where it was a universal practice to spray herbicide on a crop a week or so after emergence. The amount of stress that those plants suffered because of that introduction of that aggressive agrochemical was quite severe. But when we observed that the Maxstim treated plant, it demonstrated no stress at all, and it was already a week ahead of the rest of the crop.
Again, a really important tool for growers for the future.
So biostimulants have a key role in plant establishment.